Welcome one and all, I'm Decoy, and today we're going to be checking out the Charleston Fire Station. Now, I will say, this is also in a bundle, but I really didn't feel like buying the bundle. I wasn't a huge fan of the outfit that came in the bundle, or a player icon, or an old weapon skin that I've passed on previously. So if you bought it as part of the bundle, you would get this for $1,500, but if you're buying it by itself, 900 atoms. But let's hop into the world and check it out. Alright, you might think I'm crazy, but I went ahead and threw it inside a shelter, mostly to see if I could get it to fit. And it fit just barely inside the missile silo. So, amazing, but wow, this thing is freaking huge. Of course, front of the building all armored up. But where I really start to like it is when we get to the side of the building where it's just partially armored up. You got the awesome fire station logo on the side. We make our way around to the back. I totally dig the back side of it as well, where it's just plain. And I'm going to be honest, I kind of wish the front of the building wasn't as heavily fortified. I kind of wish it was more like the sides where you got to see a little bit more of the brick. Of course, the front side definitely be armored a little bit more, but I mean, it's just completely covered. But now let's check out the door that comes with it. Alright, the door is pretty freaking cool. Working our way inside. Now, the interior of this place really reminds me of the Brotherhood prefab, with the exception of there being a fire pole running through the place. We'll start to work our way up. Now, I'm kind of weird when it comes to the prefabs. One thing I kind of forgot to point on was, of course, it's a prefab, so it has a concrete foundation under it, which is slightly annoying. And I didn't really get to point it out, but when we were walking around it, the corners of the prefab are curved. They are not hard corners. So it may prove a little bit more difficult to blend it in with your foundations. Now up here on the roof, nice little build area up here. There is this weird little spot with a texture overlay, but it's not the end of the world. It is distracting though. And while the flag is a little bit hard to see in here, we are not that far from the ceiling. So I'm pretty surprised that this thing actually fit in here. If it had been much taller, it wouldn't have been buildable. But now let's get to the best part of this. The fire pole. Because it works. Yes. Now, I imagine that there are going to be quite a few Ghostbusters themed builds coming out of this thing. Also, my very first thought when I got to check this out and hop on the fire pole was, we got one. And then I slid down the pole. So, yeah, I can imagine some Ghostbusters stuff coming. Is it worth 900? I really think it depends on the type of builder you are. I enjoy it though. I hope you've enjoyed this. Please remember to like, sub, and share. Later.